Well, we've got a pretty extensive disassembly of this 440. Pretty much everything is apart now, and we discovered what the problem was here. I don't know if you watched the last video, but I was mentioning that the saw locked up, and it felt like there was something in the bottom end. So you see that right there, the bottom of the rod cap. That screw is almost all the way out. I thought maybe it was a main bearing that was seizing up. Kind of an interesting design from what I'm used to. The home lights, everything is disassembled from the top. This one, you take the two screws out of the rod cap, I guess, to pop it off, and you pull the crankshaft, and then you have to pull basically the piston and the piston rod out from below. So that literally, I didn't loosen that. That was 2 fingers to get that off. And like other saws I've worked on, it's loose roller bearings that are retained between the crankshaft and the bottom of the piston rod. I just use a magnet to scoop these all out, like so. They can kind of get stuck and hide up in ports and things like that. So I find a magnet does a pretty good job of finding them. There was another one there. Looking for some more here. Yep, a couple more falling out. And yeah, just trying to figure out, roll the crankshaft, trying to figure out how to get these darn things out of here and how to get this thing apart. It really kind of had me baffled here. I didn't realize that whole bottom end came off like that. I was assuming it was going to be like a clamshell design where it kind of split at the crankshaft, but yeah, this is kind of different to me, or for me, I should say. So there, we got the piston and the crankshaft are separated. Now the next step is to pull the crankshaft out, and then you can pull the piston down. And that's a pretty simple process. Just, oh, I wanted to show here. Yeah, look at this. These roller bearings. Look at that. See, it's flat. Completely flat. It's supposed to be round. And a bunch of them are like that. Heavily damaged. They're no good. So that's another thing I got to try and find now. I'm not even sure where the heck I'm going to find that. Yeah, off camera did this. Crankshaft out. Pretty standard, straightforward thing. Just heated the casing where the bearing is fit into, and then just used a brass hammer to tap it through. Now to get the top, the piston out of there. Have a look and see what's going on there. Kind of tricky to do that with my left hand when I'm holding the camera with my right, so I'll put that down. There's my nice new seal that I installed, so perfectly. Thought that was gonna kind of fix things. Little did I know I was gonna get into this. Probably gonna have to pull that seal actually and put in a new one now that I've kind of heated that crank side. To get that ignition side off, that was interesting as well. And there you go. That's what a Mcculloch 440 and probably a whole bunch of other engines look like. Crankcase, everything is all one piece, which makes disassembly a little different from what I'm used to, but here we are.